Good evening, everyone. I see some new faces here, so I will introduce myself again. My name is Goranka, and I'm attending University of Minnesota, Crookston. This speech is part of my work assignment for public speaking course, and this is a second part. The part first was about taking a position on the issue, and tonight I will be talking opposite about the same issue, about taking position on the same issue. Subject for this assignment is about how new technology is growing so fast and affecting our children. Is it actually helping them or harming? Computers, it is a fact that computers are pulling kids from the natural way of playing and exercises, and at the same time, in some cases, even interfering with brain development. I have children myself. They're 7, 8, and 11 years old, and watching them play and be in front of the screen, I'm actually seeing changes after being in front of the screen for a long time. That was part of my speaker credibility statement. For my previous statement, I would say that dependence on computer and the social networking is actually reducing growth, development, and of the real face-to-face skill, which is actually real critical for success in the real world. My assignment is structured from 2 parts. First part is demonstrating the problem, and the second part is actually going further demonstrating the problem. Both parts actually have two support strategies to the problems. The first problem that I would be demonstrating is actually how the websites giving kids never than before more information, just because there's online books, there's online education way of learning. Support strategy to this is example YouTube, where we have where they're showing manuals and how kids can actually find answers for all the questions they have. Even more than their parents had at the time. This is actually advertising child-centered marketing, which is undermining parents' ability to actually install wisdom and the values to the new and next generations. The next supportive strategy to this would be that child-centered marketing is narcissism, and it's actually materialism to kids, promoting the violence and usually aggressiveness into boys. And then we can see that there is negatively affecting body images to the girls, to the young girls. The second portion of assignment, as I mentioned, is the further demonstrating the problem. Here, what I would mention is the child and kids in general. They're using iPads while taking notes in classrooms, and it's part of their classroom learning. So to use technology that will most likely be obsoleted by the time those kids reach college. And the question here is that do we really, which means that teachers are teaching children to use technology that's not implemented yet. Supportive strategies to this would be that even if you don't use and expose children to those new technologies, are we actually putting children into behind in the long run? And the second would be that using and actually exposing children to in early growth, are we making them to not use those new technology? Is it really easier for them to get answers by themselves instead of going and as I mentioned, on YouTube or any type of internet websites to look for answers. In conclusion here, I would say that we as the parents are influencing and exploring kids to the new technology in two ways. The first one that I would mention would be that we are the ones who are providing the time for that, for their playing and spending time in front of the screens. We are the one who's actually assigning time for them. And second one, it would be even most important that we are actually models to them and presenting how they actually sending the message how to use the new technology. So if we're thinking about how much parents are actually spending time in front of internet and how much parents are spending time in front of checking mails, emails, internet browsing, just browsing in the internet, all this giving message to our young kids how they're supposed to use the new technology. The research is indicating actually that children at a young age spending even 7.5 hours a day in front of the screen. And that is actually persuasive sense of the typical young children relationship with the technology. We should monitor in action strategy. I have that we should monitor young children using frequently, and there's around 1 hour a day that they should be spending in front of the screen, including smartphones, TV, or internet, any type of video games. So if your child is in a normal range of technology use, you'll be probably surprised, or maybe even shocked if you know how much actually they spend in front of the digital world. To close this assignment, I would say that my concern here is not really about the new technology itself, because we cannot and should not stop the progress of an unstoppable demonstration of progress in new technology. We should actually, our interest should be more how children and their relationship to technology will be in affecting them in the long run. Thank you.